Brielle that, and there were a few people that were like, "Why are you attacking Brielle? Brielle is a child." I'm like, she was
She's
like, "No,
not a
Brielle is
child.
20
She's like
years
20
old. She's a
years old.
grown woman."
Exactly. She's an adult now.
She was like, and she exactly. She was like, she wants to come to my bathroom and stir some shit that's not true. She's like, I'm gonna come for her. And NeNe said, if they were my roaches, bitch, that's because you came over there and brought them and they crawled out of your pussy. I said, damn.
If you can't take the roaches, stay out of her bathroom. I mean, you know what I mean. That's hilarious. She's fucking hilarious. I love that she did that. Now what did Kim say
But
about it?
exactly, and now when Kim found out, Kim got all upset, as I guess any mother would. I guess, but so since that's happened, she's come out and now she's saying that on the show she doesn't want to film with NeNe because her life feels threatened
Oh,
and that type of thing. I'm like,
please.
bitch, you don't feel threatened by NeNe. You've been knowing NeNe for 10 fucking years. Y'all have been about 1,000,006 fucking
She's
arguments.
threatened because she
this
said
woman is not
roaches
threatening
are
your life.
coming out of her daughter's pussy. That's threatening. No, it's rude, but it was just a reaction to what her daughter said. But it's not threatening. That's bullshit. She's not threatening.
She said, well, according to her, she's saying that she's, going to take legal action because
What
she
kind of
feels
legal
threatened for her life.
action?
And child, I
You
don't
can't sue
fucking
somebody for saying the roaches came out of your pussy.
know. But then she said, she was like, well, I don't want to film with NeNe because I'm afraid for my life and that type of thing. I'm like, bitch, stop lying. Y'all have been in like I said, 1,000,006 fucking arguments.
And besides, NeNe couldn't get anywhere near her with those fucking lips as big as they are. I mean, she's not gonna hurt her. She'll have fucking protection advices now. God.
And Brielle looks a mess. Have you seen the way she looks? She looks like
A
I
blow
don't
up
know.
doll.
She looks like you're right, a fucking blow up doll.
She does, and so does her mother. I mean, both of them. It's horrible, and they are pretty attractive women naturally. Yet they just fucked their faces up. They just did too much, too much.
Right. Yeah, both of them did. I mean, NeNe doesn't look as bad as Kim, but I do agree that they did have some.
Oh no, I'm not talking about NeNe. I was talking about Brielle and Kim. I was talking about
Brielle and Kim. And yes, Brielle and Kim.
I think NeNe looks okay.
I still remember when Andy was like, I remember that thing when Kim was on Watch What Happens Live and Andy was like, so what kind of work did you have done? She was like, I didn't have any work done.
He has asked her that question almost every time she's been on Watch What Happens Live. He's asked her like the last 3 times, and she's like, "Oh my god, how many times are you going to ask me that question?" He says people are asking that question, and it's probably true because everybody thinks it and knows she's had work done. But she says, "I haven't done it. It's just my contouring and da 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 da." That's all she's ever said she's ever had done. I think she said she had her nose done a long time ago.
Exactly, and then Andy always gives her that fucking side eye like, bitch, yeah, right.
Whatever, right? I know. Anyway, and also that happened this week on from you don't watch it, but the Housewives of Dallas, Cameron Westcott. She's the one that looks like a Barbie doll, and she looked different on the show too. And my husband and I were watching it. And we're like, she looks different. I think she had work done or something to her face. And towards the end of the show, Andy's like, "Well, we got a lot of people tweeting in saying your face looks different. What happened to your face?" She's like, "I haven't done anything to work to my face." She's like, "It's just contouring. I think it's just the contouring." She said the same thing.
Why do they all say that? Why do they all say it's only contouring?
I don't know, but if that's all you have to do to get to look like you've had plastic surgery, then everybody be fucking doing it because that's all you got to do is contouring, please. Anyway, it's bullshit. But I don't know why in this day and age, almost everybody that can afford to have plastic surgery does. So or some kind of procedure of some sort. And so why be so embarrassed by it? I mean, we know you've had something done. Your face is different. We can tell. We see you all the time. It's obvious to us as viewers. You look different, and you're sitting there denying that you've had any work done. I mean, just fucking admit it, bitch. We know you had it done.
Exactly. Either that or you just got some really bad lighting going on.
Please. But, takes more than bad lighting to do that.
But other than that, I mean, I was like, people will respect you more if you just told the truth and be like, yeah, I had some work done.
I know.
And so what?
So would I. But whatevs. Anyway. Okay, well, what about, let's talk about the, sorry about that. Oh, sorry. What's that? I'm sorry.
Well, I want to segue into NeNe since we're still talking about this stuff.
Oh, you want more NeNe stuff? Okay, continue.
Okay, so NeNe was doing one of her comedy shows. I've never been to it. I hear it's funny. I've never been to it. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I would want to go see NeNe at a comedy show. I don't think. I mean, I know she has like some, things to say, but I don't find her like as a comedian. So
Yeah, that's
But
sort of
anyway.
like Madonna has a stand-up act now. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to see you make jokes. I mean,
Exactly. Exactly, NeNe. I want to see you just, reading people and shading people like you normally do. That's what you're known
well, maybe
for.
that's what her act
I don't want to.
is. Maybe that's what she does. You don't
I
know.
mean, that's pretty much what her act is. So, pretty much, she was somewhere. I forgot what city she was in, but she was doing her show, and the heckler made a comment saying that she wasn't funny or whatever the case.
Mm-hmm.
Which, they have the right to say that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just the thing. Here's the thing. Whenever you have a heckler at a comedy show, you have to be prepared that they are going to go in on you and say whatever the fuck they want to say. Okay. So the thing was, the heckler said something. They didn't have the exact words or whatever. I think they just said that she wasn't funny or whatever the case may be. And NeNe replied back and said, "I hope you get raped by your Uber driver."
Yes, I read this.
Now here's the thing, and then everyone was in an uproar. First of all, they said that you can't be promoting rape because they said that she was promoting rape. And they say you really shouldn't wish that upon anybody. But then also, people who happen to drive full time and part time for Uber got offended because they they felt like that she was putting Uber drivers into this category, saying that they're all criminals and they're rapists and that type of thing, which everyone knows. I mean, yeah, you have a few bad apples with any company,
Uber
whether it's Uber or Lyft
drivers
or
or
anything.
rapists and stuff. I mean, yes. I mean, they've had exactly like you're just saying. They've had some instances, but that's just
Right,
the nature of the
that's
job and stuff. People, you get that kind of
right.
people.
But I mean, the majority of them, I've taken Uber plenty of times, and I've never felt threatened or anything like that.
I've had taken
And
Uber, I've taken Lyft, and I have a friend. His name's Brandon, who drives an Uber, and he's been driving it for years. And he has his own business as well as drives an Uber on the side just for extra money. And he's been doing it for years. And he's the nicest guy in the world. I mean, that's just bullshit. Whatever.
right. So I'm not. That's just a small percentage. I mean, you may hear of an Uber incident maybe once or twice a year that makes national news, but the majority of the Uber drivers they go through thorough background checks and all that shit. So that type of thing. So for her, and then like I said, so pretty much they were upset because they said that she's promoting rape, and then another part, Uber drivers was getting upset because they said that she's saying that all you know Uber drivers are criminals, rapists. Because she was like, oh,
Well,
when she's like, when you get in your Uber, you're risking your life. I'm like, NeNe, no, you're not.
it's not any. You're not
So
risking your life getting in an Uber any more than you are risking your life getting in a taxi or getting in any other person's car.
exactly,
Who a service person you don't
exactly.
know. It's exactly the same thing. Just because one person is in a yellow cab and one person's in their
Right.
own vehicle.
It's no different than getting on a city bus. It's the same fucking thing.
Well, a bus you have
It's
a lot
like,
of people around you, so it's a little different in that sense. But I mean, and yes, you're right. It's all the same because you're putting your life in the hands of a stranger in one way or the other. So whatever.
right.
Anyway,
So
okay. Well, did you watch Will and Grace tonight?
I did not. It's on my DVR. I
Okay,
have not
bitch.
watched it.
Listen. Every time we do this show, we do it on Thursday. And every time we do this show, we want to talk about Will and Grace. You're a week behind. So you need to catch your ass up and start watching the
I'm
show
gonna watch
on the
tonight,
same night. And what the fuck
bitch.
are you doing? You're not working. I mean, what the fuck are you doing, bitch? I don't know where you're going at midnight every night and everything else, but you're going somewhere.
At midnight, my ass is in my bed watching.
No,
TV at
you said the other night. You said we can't do the show or whatever last week because I'm
No, what was I
at midnight.
doing? No, I was with a friend
Get in a
helping her
car
do some
or
stuff.
some
I didn't
shit,
get
yeah.
home until like 11 something. That was
Like I
fine.
said. Anyway, you need to start watching. If we're going to review it, we need to review tonight's show from now on, not last week's, but continue. Let's talk about last week's show.
What was last week's show?
God, do you not
I'm
remember
trying
what
to,
happened?
Oh
last
no.
week?
So okay, last week's show was when
Elliot.
yes, Elliot brought his son
Yes.
and
Jack's grandson.
yes, that was hilarious. When he was like, "Can I call you Grandpa?" And I thought that was hilarious. And Will was like, "Oh my God, you have to." I was like, Jack is going to fall out and crack into a million pieces on the floor.
The thing is, though,
that
that episode was touching. Though it was touching.
It really was.
Good.
But
yes.
Jack is always trying to like fight his youth.
Yes, exactly.
And he's so afraid of getting old and everything. And I think just the word grandpa just made him just shatter into a million pieces.
Right.
So, but that was a really good episode. I liked it.
It was very good because it was talking about how Elliot's wife was really conservative or whatever, and he moved to Texas or whatever, and she was like Texan conservative Republican, and wasn't into gay people and that kind of stuff, and didn't want him around Jack because he said he's going to end up like Jack if he's around Jack, and so he ended up putting him in a fucking conversion camp for gay kids. And then the funniest thing was the two camp leaders were gay in real life. They were
right.
Sue, what's her name? Oh my god. Oh my god. Sue. It's Sue from Glee. What's her fucking name?
Hold on.
I am so old.
Is it Jane? Jane something?
No, maybe Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch. That's it.
Yeah.
Jane Lynch, and then Andrew Reynolds from Girls and from other shows as well. But anyway, they were the camp leaders, and they were so fucking hilarious because they're both gay. And Andrew Reynolds had the hots for Will, and of course he was trying to repress it because he's in a straight camp. But it was just funny though. It was hilarious. It was really good.
It really was.
But yeah,
and
this week's is really good too. But
what are they going to bring back Rosario?
I thought I'd discuss this with you. Maybe I didn't. Rosario's not coming back to the show. The woman who plays her, I was on top of my tongue. I can't remember her name. Sherry something.
Shelley Morrison.
Shelley Morrison. Thank you. She's not coming back to the show. And before it even came back to the air, they tried to get her to come back, and she said she's retired from acting and she just wants to relax and be with her grandkids now. And she's tired of acting. She's just tired. Period. She just wants to relax in her old age. And she doesn't want to do anymore. She's like 60 something. So she's not coming back. Nope. No Rosario. That's why you haven't seen her. She's there in the show in terms of they've written her in, like her character is there because Karen has referred to her and she's like the head of the staff or whatever, but she's not. You're not going to ever see her on the show. So, hello? Uh-oh. Maybe we lost Jason. Jason?
Oh.
Jason, hello?
Mark.
Okay, Jason's having issues.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You sound like you're in Mars, but I can hear you. Hello?
Listen, you know how this connection is. This connection is fucking weird. You know how it goes.
That's not my fault. I don't know what does that.
No, it's not. It's not anyone's fault. It's not anyone's fault.
I think it's a cable company or some shit. I don't know. Or it's Skype. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about. First of all, I want to talk about. You know who Sam Smith is, right? I'm sure you know who Sam Smith is.
Of course.
Okay, I know. The singer, and he's gay and openly gay or whatever, but he just came out as gender fluid this week in an interview with London Sunday Times, and he said, people don't know this, but when I was 17, I remember becoming obsessed with Boy George and Marilyn Monroe. There was one moment in my life when I didn't own a piece of male clothing, really. I would wear full makeup every day at school, eyelashes, leggings, and Doc Martens, and huge fur coats for 2.5 years. I got teased a lot for it, but there were people also respected me for walking around like that in school. Anyway, so I don't know what the title would be, but I feel just as much woman as I am man. So interesting. I would not have ever suspected him as being gender fluid at all.
Me neither. I just saw a picture of him recently within the past week or so. He's lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, he looks good. He's lost a lot of weight. He's a little skinny, over skinny, I think now, but yeah, he's lost a little.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like. See, when people lose weight, I don't like it. Like if you want to slim down, that's fine. But I hate it when people lose too much weight.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson was one of them. She lost like too much weight, and then she gained a little bit of it back. But at one point, she looked like a fucking bobblehead.
That's what Oprah Winfrey looked like too when she lost all that weight that time in the 90s.
Star Jones too.
Yeah, Star Jones is the worst. She was the worst.
But Star Jones is like she's gaining all her weight back. Have you seen her recently?
Well, good for her. Fine.
Star Jones is getting big again.
Anyway, but he says he's gender fluid, and I think that's great. But do you think that? I mean, have you ever known anyone who considers himself like gender fluid that way, or I don't know anyone that considers himself gender fluid. No. Do you know anyone who's trans? I know trans people. Do you know trans people?
Do I know any trans people? I don't know. I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, you should know some. You should get to know some.
I would like to know some, but I mean, I don't know any.
They're awesome people, and I think that just like with being gay, I think being gay gives people a certain sense of self and a certain sense of I don't
humbleness.
Know. Did you say humbleness? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hell no. I don't know a lot of humble gay people. No. I was gonna say a certain sense of strength, a certain kind of strength I think you get from being gay. And I think there's a different kind of strength you get from being transgender, because I think that it's a whole different kind of journey than it is from being gay, I think. But anyway, and so I just think that they're great people. I love transgender people, and most of them. There's transgender people I can't stand too. I mean, of course, just like everybody else, there's gay people I can't stand. There's transgender people, black people, whatever. But
You don't like Laverne Cox, do you?